We are back with another monthly wrap-up of some of the weird, bizarre, and even scary news to come out of Japan over the last month. So what happened over the last month or so? Let's take a look. Number 1. At the Haru Comic City 32 event that was held at Tokyo Big Sight on March 17th, people noticed something strange on the ground. It appeared to be a, shikigami. If you're unaware of what those are, in very basic terms, it's a being conjured by an onmyoji that can then be used to do their bidding. This one in particular looked like something straight out of a Ghibli film. One tweet shared online has now garnered over 1.5 million views, and numerous people joked that Yubaba from Spirited Away was probably waiting nearby to join the event, or perhaps an onmyoji got sick of waiting in line and sent in a shikigami instead. It remains unknown who left the shikigami there, but considering it was an anime event, not all that weird, really. Number 2. In terribly important news, one of our favourite urban legends, the statue of Colonel Sanders in Osaka, was finally laid to rest this month. As you may remember, he was drowned in Dotonbori River in 1985 and then rescued in 2009. But it was believed that he was so angry at being tossed in the river that he then cursed the Hanshin Tigers baseball team with a 38-year title drought. Ouch. Either way, so long spent underwater and just time in general meant the statue had effectively reached the end of its lifespan, and on March 8th, a service was held at Sumiyoshi Taisha in Osaka to finally retire the big man. It was reported that not only ceremonial sake was offered at the ceremony, but original recipe Kentucky Fried Chicken as well. Because obviously, there would be no better way to send him off. Pour one out for one of the hardest working legends in Osaka. Number 3. On February 26th, the Osaka Board of Education announced that it had disciplined a 38-year-old male junior high teacher by cutting his salary by 1/10 for the next 3 months. Why would they do such a thing? Well, apparently, he got angry at a student who kept comparing his physical appearance to that of an anime character. The teacher first started at this school 2 years ago, and students quickly started teasing him, calling him the name of an anime character with an apparently unfavorable body type. The particular character was not publicly named in the news, probably to save the teacher from further shame. But either way, the teacher was initially unsure of how to handle this, and then let it get to him so much over time that last May, he finally headlocked a student for calling him said name. Another time, he pushed a student after getting angry, and also hit his chest and head. Still, getting angry because you're being compared to an anime character is no excuse for physically assaulting anyone, particularly students under your care. Yet the fact he wasn't fired and only received a pay reduction was likely because he had already apologized to the students and parents involved, and the bullying from the student side was quite persistent. Number 4. It was reported this month that a 6th grader in Nagoya had been forced to hand over 930,000 yen, or roughly $6,000, to classmates in yet another bullying incident. Although, unlike the teacher being bullied for his physical appearance, this time the student was apparently bullied for being poor. It started last year when classmates reportedly teased the boy for being poor. He wanted to prove that he wasn't, so he told them he had 1 million yen in savings. And, of course, he was soon fleeced of that money. He reportedly paid one classmate 250,000 yen for a Canadian $10 note, something you can generally get for a mere 1,000 yen. He then paid 360,000 yen for a gold commemorative coin because a classmate convinced him that it was made of pure gold, and so the value would continue to rise. After this carried on for quite some time, the boy finally told his father after realizing he had been duped all this time. As for why a 6th grader had so much money in the first place, It was money his family had saved for him from birth that came from New Year's gifts, birthdays, etc. In the end, they were able to get 250,000 yen of the money back from some of the parents of the children involved, and police have announced they will be carefully looking into the incident as well. Number 5. You may be happy to know that this month, the Tokyo High Court has ruled it okay for you to call an accused criminal a piece of shit. You heard that right. To be more technical, the term used in Japanese was kusoyaro, and this stems from a case in 2015 where journalist Ito Shiori claimed that she was assaulted by another journalist by the name of Yamaguchi Noriyuki. Many consider this case to have started the Me Too movement in Japan. It wasn't Ito herself that used this term, however, but Oishi Akiko, a member of the House of Representatives, who took to Twitter to call out Yamaguchi attempting to intimidate Ito. In the tweet, she called him a kusoyaro, and he then tried to sue her for defamation over it. The case made it all the way to the Tokyo High Court, where they finally ruled that Oishi was perfectly within her rights to call the man a piece of shit, and threw the case out. Case closed. Number 6. A tweet shared on March 7th went viral for showing yet another potential real-life Exit 8 situation. "This is certainly abnormal," said the tweet, with a picture of a train station platform covered in arrows pointing every which direction. Probably time to turn back on this one. The station in question is Sengoku Station in Tokyo, and apparently the multitude of arrows were pasted to the floor last year. For what reason, you might ask? Surely 1 or 2 arrows would do the job. Well, according to a member of the Transportation Bureau, rush hour can get particularly confusing and dangerous at this station. And so, to promote better safety, arrows were put down indicating the usual flows of traffic in the area. Simply follow the arrows and you'll be fine. At first glance, they may seem confusing and like an Exit 8 abnormality, but they're actually designed to get you safely out of the station and not crushed underfoot. Nice. Number 7. A badminton club from Kyoto University, calling themselves the Bad Boys, made the news this month for, well, being bad boys. They reportedly uploaded footage of themselves being nuisances at a Japanese inn they were staying at during their club camp. And according to the inn, it wasn't the first time this particular group has done something like this. 5 years ago, 50 members of the same club stayed in the same inn during the summer. There were so many of them that the inn was almost entirely booked just by them. Yet it soon turned into a nightmare, with club members drinking, throwing up everywhere, pouring shampoo all over the floor, putting Tabasco sauce in flower vases, and even graffitiing the closets. With this same group carrying out their nuisance behaviour once again, staff at the inn have publicly stated they've never seen a club so bad, and Kyoto University themselves have said they'll look into the matter and take appropriate measures. Number 8. Have you ever wanted to party with Elmo? I know I have. Well, if you're in Japan this April, you might get your chance. Universal Studios Japan in Osaka is running a special Super Family Car on the bullet train from Tokyo to Shin Osaka, and if you're selected to be part of this special car, you can hang out with Elmo and others on the way to the park. According to Ito Hideo, the Universal Studios Japan Spring Project General Director, they wanted families to bond not only at the park, but on the way to the park as well. As such, they came up with this idea for people to hang out with the park characters and take part in various games and events with them, not just at the park, but while travelling there as well. Let the fun never end. The next special train will be setting off on April 20th, so don't miss out. Number 9. If you've ever wondered if maybe your cup noodles are missing something special, Never fear. Japan has once again got you covered. Why not add some mystery meat to the mix? On March 25th, they announced their Cup Noodle All-You-Can-Eat Mystery Meat, which sounds way too fascinating to pass up. This particular product doesn't feature any noodles, but rather the mysterious meat that you can add to them, and that mysterious meat alone. Now, you can add as much as you want to your noodles, whether it's just a dash of mystery or more mystery than you can safely fit in your mouth at once. The choice is yours. Hell, you don't even need to use it with noodles. You can make your own mystery meat hamburgers, stir fries, fried rice, or whatever you want. The meat itself is actually not that much of a mystery. According to their own website, it's made of pork and other ingredients derived from soy. This is then mixed with vegetables and freeze-dried, creating a concoction that fans have lovingly dubbed the mystery meat. And now you can eat it to your heart's content anywhere you want. Godspeed, mystery meat lovers. Godspeed. Number 10. Finally this month, a zookeeper living his best life made the news for a rather interesting safety training exercise carried out at Tobu Zoo in Saitama. This particular drill was carried out under the assumption that a large earthquake had broken the glass of the white tiger exhibit, and now they were free in the park. Naturally, these types of training exercises are quite important, but the man's enthusiasm for his role as an escaped tiger that had to run around, get shot by an anesthetic gun, and then be tied up and moved to safety, amused and charmed many. The drill went off without a hitch, and the zookeeper himself no doubt garnered a few new fans while getting paid for one of the best jobs in the park that day. Truly living the dream. And that's just some of the weird, bizarre, terrifying, and also kind of funny news that came out of Japan last month. But what about you guys? Hear of anything odd or terrifying? Weird or funny? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.